Welcome back. Yes, it's me, Marty. I am back with another episode. This episode is what happened after surgery. For those of you that are following, thank you for watching this video. For those of you who are new, I encourage you to maybe go back to the first few videos as I've been documenting my journey living with hemifacial spasms. So I opted to have surgery, which is a permanent fix for my nerve condition in my face. The last video I talked about pre-op and the experience I felt there. I hope some of you found it valuable if you're planning to have any type of surgery. I was in surgery, I would say, for about 5 hours. If I can recall, I remember looking at my phone when I turned it off just prior to them wheeling me into the operating room, and it was like 7:27. The next thing I remember is hearing a soft voice calling out my name, and I slowly opened my eyes, and behold, it was my beautiful wife who greeted me. She said that I was out of surgery and asked me how I was feeling. I remember when I opened my eyes, the light from the room was so intense that I had to close them again and then slowly reopen them, only to learn that the room was spinning like vertigo. So I closed them again. I felt really tired, exhausted. I could hear other voices in the room. One in particular was my neurosurgeon, who asked me to make a smile, which I did. And I could tell after making the smile that it felt like, yes, the surgery was a success. I did not have any twitching. So I felt relieved because of that. I'm reading from my book so that I can share other experiences I had. There was also a physical therapist present in the room who wanted to check some of my motor skills. So she asked me to open my eyes, then open my mouth. She had me raise my arms and raise my legs and ask if I could feel her touching my arm, my leg, and if there were any pressure. I did, so that was a good thing. But I was still so tired and groggy that I had to put my head back down on the pillow. And they let me rest for about, I would say, 30 seconds when Dina, the physical therapist, asked me if I could sit up. So I'm lying on my right side, and I had to roll over to my left side and slide my legs over to see if I could sit up. The minute I did it, I felt the room spinning. She sat me up. The spinning increased. It was so intense that I vomited. So that was not a very pleasant feeling. I asked for a little water, but couldn't hold that down. I kept throwing up the water, and they described it as part of being heavily sedated for the surgery. So I was under the influence of heavy sedation, and that was the reason for me vomiting after sitting up. The reason I was feeling groggy and tired. I could feel the pain behind my left ear. That's where the incision was made. And I also shared with the staff there that my ear felt like it was on fire or burning. I know when I touched it, it hurt. Like when you get sunburned severely and you touch it, it hurts. That was the feeling I had. My neurosurgeon said that that was most likely because the nerves were agitated, and it would go away over time. I should feel it dissipating and be much better the next morning. So that was what the day of surgery was like for me, from start to finish. I'm going to end it here and then share with you what happened to me the next